Hello, everybody. This is the Audacious Ask, and my name is Jennifer Cramer Lewis, and we go live every week on Monday, and then it goes across the world, and it becomes Tuesday in Australia. Every week that I'm available, that I'm not traveling for my business, I'm a coach and a facilitator, and I use the tools of something called Access Consciousness. And it's now in like 170 something countries around the world. And one of the really cool things that Access Consciousness does, it actually gives you the tools to empower yourself to know what's a good decision for you and what's not a good decision for you. And it's not relying on the expertise of some guru. You actually get to tap into your own knowing and actually learn what you know about things. And how strange would that be? I mean, we've all been taught to like consult books, go to the experts, check our horoscope, check and see where the stars are in the sky before we make our decisions about things. And wouldn't it be cool if you could just check in with you and your body and find out what's good for you? And so that's one of the things that Access Consciousness does in spades. And so we have some participants here who are going to have their audacious asks. And so what's being audacious? Audacious is asking for so much more than you've ever asked for before. Beyond saying, "Ooh, I'd like a parking spot in front of that store." It's beyond that. And it's also beyond saying, "I'd like to have enough money to pay my bills this month." Don't you always create enough money to pay your bills? Almost always. And so audacious ask is about that. What would it be like for you to have so much more than you ever thought you ever could? And how does it get any better? What is your audacious ask?
To travel the world as I work with people who struggle with substance abuse and addictions.
Cool. So where's your next trip and what are you going to do there?
There's no next trip so far, but I've been really excited in the last 48 hours. I got a client yesterday from Houston, and so I'm excited about that because I'm doing my work online now.
Mm-hmm.
And spoke to someone today, and he's local, and I don't know, my body's buzzing.
Cool. So here's the thing that I've noticed. When we say we want to do something and we're not actually doing it, there's an energetic disconnect. And a real easy way to do put it back together again is to make a choice. And so if you could go anywhere in the next 3 months, where would you like to go? And you don't have to say, "Oh, well, I'd like to go here because I know there's clients." Just ask your body. Maybe just put your hands on your body right now and say, "Hey, body, where would we like to go in the next 3 months?"
Russia.
Russia! I love Russia. I had such a ball in Russia. It was so good. So have a look at that. Like, if you did go to Russia, where in Russia would you like to go?
I'm saying St. Petersburg only because I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does your body know about anywhere else you'd like to go?
Bali. I love to walk on the paddy fields. That's what I did as a kid in my uncle's farm in Goa. So I've had that experience. I know what it is to pull water out of the well with my bare hands and yeah.
Yeah. So you're willing to gift that to your body. Say, "Hey, well, what would it be like for me to go to Russia? Who would like to assist me to go to Russia? Is there anything that I can do to get paid in Russia? Am I just going for a trip or am I going for something else?" So let's play with those questions. So Jackie, if you did go to Russia, would you be going for a trip or for something else?
Trip.
A trip. Okay. And would it be for you or for business or for both?
For both.
Okay, cool. And if you did anything in Russia for business, what would be fun?
hang around with the guys who drink vodka all day.
That'd be awesome. I don't know how much work you'd get done, but you'd have a blast anyways. Oh my God. The people in St. Petersburg are so social. Like if you sit and like you're having a drink by yourself, you like end up at somebody's table fast. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so we have these ideas about where we would like to go on the planet. And because we have these ideas, we think we need to have a reason or a rationale to go there. And what if we actually don't? What if it's just like, because it's fun, because I can? So anything that doesn't allow it to be because it's fun and because you can, will you destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes.
That is bad, right, or wrong, POD and POC, online, boys, shorts, and beyonds. So what other conclusions and calculations do you have about choosing a trip to Russia?
Tons.
Funds?
Tons. Tons.
Oh, I heard funds.
Well, my bank account doesn't reflect that.
Okay.
And
cool.
So how can I choose without?
Well, what if it was the golden carrot that you put in your future? What month would your body like to go to Russia?
Wow.
Ask your body.
I can't go there. December.
Cool. Well, that's basically 6 months to go to Russia. So if you put away money every month, say you gave yourself a budget of, $3,000 or $5,000 to have the trip of a lifetime to Russia, including really great flights, do you think you could do it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, one $25,000 client. Money in the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jackie shows up on Audacious on the regular, and so she was telling us about there's somebody that does a bit of the similar work that she does. His name's Dr. Steve, and he charges $25,000 for a session to stop people from doing drugs, like an addiction, and also cigarette addictions he does as well, and so does Jackie, and Jackie has amazing success rates. So I've been bugging her about charging $25,000 a session because she's able to get people to quit in one session. And or maybe a package. You're like, okay, well, come back anytime for the rest of your life for $25,000 because you could do it in one session. Yeah. So what would it be like if anywhere on the planet that you'd like to go, anytime, for any reason, was available to you?
I'd so love that.
Yeah. So what points of view do you have preventing that?
There is something there.
Yeah. Because when we say we want to do something and then we don't do it, then there's an agenda in the background. So is it your agenda, someone else's agenda, or something else's agenda preventing you from choosing this?
Someone else.
Someone else. Cool. Do you have any idea who?
Yes, my daughter.
Oh. Well, how rude. So are you going to let her impose her agenda on you, or are you going to just choose for you?
I'm choosing more and more for me in the last while, so I am breaking that.
Yeah.
Energetic, whatever.
Yeah. So if you were your client, Jackie, and you had an addiction to pleasing people, what would you recommend?
Go to Jackie. She can stop it in one session.
Right? You're like, put your own hands on your own head. You're like, oh, self. We have an addiction to pleasing our children. Yeah. And cool. So look at the addiction to pleasing children. How many mothers out there have that? A little, a lot, or a megaton?
Oh, gosh. Yes. Megaton. Yeah.
Pretty much all of us. Yeah. Cool. And so does it actually serve you to have an addiction to pleasing your kids? I mean, that's like, I mean, not every day it's going to show up as an addiction, but one of the cool things about addiction is it takes away your choice. And so you don't actually have to be responsible because you have an addiction.
What's coming up for me is the family relation is, I pride myself, or used to, that I'm a good mother. Mm-hmm. Right? And so being a good mother means we meet every week or every whatever, and there's no fighting, and we all are on the same page with the same values or beliefs or whatever. And in my family, it's not, because I do access and none of them do. So for them, who's this mother who's floating around town and she doesn't have a regular job?
Right. Right? Oh my gosh. Does that make you happy when you say that, or does it make you want to barf?
Oh God, I've got such a huge thing on my neck. Like, oh.
Right. So what control do you have over how you are received as a mother? Tons or zero?
Zero.
Yeah. And so people will have points of view about you and your motherhood, including your children. And, you know, those will always be there. You know, so when you move yourself, you know, you try to like adjust every single time, you know, to make it so that your kids feel like you're doing a good job for them, then, you know, the song and dance is always yours. It's never theirs, is it?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So how much song and dance do you love to do for these people?
Man, I'm done.
You're like, I'm Sid Charisse. I'm backwards in high heels. Yeah. And so how much of that is choice? I mean, I love doing cool stuff for my kids. Absolutely love it. And it usually is what works for me. And so have a look at that. Like, how much more of, you know, sort of cool times are in your future, and how can they be something that works for you?
Yeah.
I took my kids on this amazing like murder mystery thing on the train, and we dressed up in like Wild West costumes, and the kids are kind of like, I don't know why we're dressing up. And I'm like, 'cause I want to dress up. And they were like, okay. And then we get there, and then there's people who have dressed up and there's people who haven't dressed up. And I'll tell you what, the people who dressed up had way more fun than the people who didn't dress up. Mm. And so, you know, if I had listened to my kids and said, oh, well, it's okay, you don't have to dress up. I won't dress up either. I won't have fun. You know, then we wouldn't have been able to have fun. Yeah. And so, you know, by you being the sort of like ringleader of fun in your family instead of the ringleader of keeping everything nice, like what could that change?
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be the maid anymore. I'm going to be the entertainment director. And most of the entertainment is going to be the pictures that you get to see of me in all the beautiful places around the planet. Yeah. Doesn't work for you. Sorry. Bye.
Thanks.
I'm spending your inheritance now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure, Jackie. That was the audacious ask. And so if you're listening to something here and you're like, wow, that's really interesting, I would sure love it for you to come and have an audacious ask with us next week. We go live every Monday or Tuesday as we go across the globe. And you are invited to ask more audaciously. And whatever that is for you, you know, what would it be like for you to have a little too much of something in your life? I love it when my clients ask for way too much. So I'm going to bring everybody on just now. And before I go, boy, I am creating these invitations for people to meet me in all of these gorgeous places across the globe. So if you go to classes.jennifercramerlewis.com, you're going to see all of these invitations start to pop up. And I wonder what it would be like for you to join me in all of these gorgeous places around the world. Or don't. You can just stay at home if you want. Poke, poke. All right, everybody. Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, Jennifer.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Beautiful.